The Warriors' attitude just stunk. Made him successful, but um, I don't know. I think he rubbed people the wrong way and didn't care.
In '85, did you wrestle him? I know you guys were in a battle royal. Did you wrestle them in a tag match? Did the
No, I don't
OG,
think it.
the
I
not
don't think.
OG, but the first Heavenly Bodies you're part of, did they ever wrestle Warrior and
No,
Sting? Flash
no.
and Justice, if you will.
Wow, I thought we had shitty names.
The Freedom Fighters,
Yeah,
Flash and
right,
Justice. Yeah, horrible.
right. Yeah, well,
Blade
no,
Runners is
no.
better, obviously.
Yeah, yeah, that's much better. Um, I don't think we ever wrestled in a tag match, and maybe it was a battle royal, if anything at all. But I didn't want to touch him. I didn't want to be around him. I was around the Warrior for a little bit when he first came in, but uh, but he was one of those guys who would if he had to look down on you physically, he looked down on you completely, and he was just a all about him.
You
And
didn't
then
want to work with him?
service. No, I didn't want to work with him. Didn't want to touch him. Didn't want to be around him. They were hurting people. I don't want to get hurt. I don't. I don't want to be fodder for the Blade Runners or Flash and Justice or whatever the hell they were called. No, I sure didn't.
Yesenia, hello, how are you? How are you?
I'm tremendous.
Interesting question here. Did Rick Rude beat up the Ultimate Warrior?
I wasn't there. We heard the story. You know how sometimes in wrestling it would travel from locker room to locker room, and somebody who knew somebody would talk to somebody in the other territory, and I think that was something that everybody couldn't wait to tell because Warrior was such a dipshit, and I believe Rick did beat up Ultimate Warrior. I think Rick could have probably beat up anybody who wanted to back in those days.
Some people said he's the toughest guy to come out of Minnesota, and God knows how many tough guys came out of Minnesota. So,
Yeah, there were a lot of tough
interesting.
guys. I think there were a lot of tough guys that came out of Minnesota, but Rude was one of those guys that I think it goes back to you give respect, you earn respect, and then you get respect. And Rude was all about respect, and the Ultimate Warrior was all about disrespect, in my opinion. Um, the times I've been around him, he was. But look, how can you fault the guy for focusing on his career and his business? I mean, I can't fault anybody for that. At the same time, it doesn't mean I want to be around him. The ultimate, he worked with Andre, the Ultimate Warrior did, and Warrior slammed Andre too. It's a work, Dan. It's a work. If Andre didn't want to be slammed, he wouldn't slam. And I don't think anyone's knocking a true legend, the Ultimate Warrior. I think that we're just stating facts. And I knew him, and you didn't. So there.
What is that Andre story? Because I know Andre, according to Heenan and a bunch of other guys, had to knock him out on a house show once for getting
Yeah.
stiff with him. Wouldn't do that on TV, obviously, because he doesn't want to hurt the guys, what Vince is doing with him. But he apparently knocked him out on a house show.
Yeah, I think it was just Warrior being stupid and clumsy and careless and didn't care to learn, didn't give a damn about learning because he was a star, and he did it with everybody. So Andre just says, "Okay, you want to play that way? Have this. You want to do this? Have this." So that was it.
Scorch. I like the music video the Warrior was in with Phil Collins. Yeah, good stuff. For sure, good stuff.
Well, that was interesting. Yeah,